So I have genital herpes, but I want to share a disclosure success story with you today. Now, my most recent coaching client was building up to his disclosure last night, his first one, and I knew it was going to go well, and it did. However, with that being said, the text message he was originally going to send to his date needed a couple changes. I want to go through those today so you guys can have success and you can see if you've made these mistakes in the past. So first things first, you don't necessarily want to phrase it as just being about you. It should be sort of a mutual conversation about sexual health as opposed to just sort of like a, you need to know this about me. Now, for some context, they had been talking for a couple months now and he is a MMA fighter. Now, the next huge problem is that I'm sorry I didn't tell you sooner and I've been very self-conscious about this. Now, the version of you that's going to thrive post-diagnosis is not necessarily going to be apologetic or still self-conscious about it. I know it seems awkward at the beginning to like fake confidence, but you almost need to step into the version of yourself that's going to thrive, that is confident, and then match your text messages or your in-person disclosures with that same energy. Now, the rest of it with the mental health and the fight thing, that's okay for some context, but the worst part, and we've probably all done this before, is the, if you don't want to speak anymore, I understand. This is an absolute no-no. You are essentially inviting the other person to reject you, making it seem like it was a deal breaker in the past with other partners, and rejecting yourself before they even have a chance to. Now let's look at the improved text message. So, hey, blank, if things were to get physical, sort of making this a mutual conversation about sexual health. I'm positive for herpes and I take antivirals. Now, this version doesn't go into the whole I'm sorry I didn't tell you sooner. It just sort of explains why things haven't progressed and things have been sidetracked with the fight and with sort of managing a recent diagnosis. So it's sort of matter of fact, to the point, and then it sort of ends off with the if you have any questions, let me know, and this is important to talk about openly, which allows your partner to feel like you have it under control, as well as you're open to answering their questions and stuff. One bonus you could add here is sort of framing it as like anything I should know about you in case things go forward, which then sort of puts you back on the same playing field, which is like two sexually active adults having a conversation about sexual health before getting physical. Now, if you're watching this and you're still struggling with your diagnosis, getting rid of shame, perfecting disclosure, making an effortless conversation, and attracting a loving partner, I'd love to help you. Click the link in my bio. I'm going to reach out to you personally.